Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're going to do something a little bit differently. We're going to watch a video called the Maxim that was recommended by the Discord. I have no idea what it's about, but I'm excited to watch it. I've already opened up a Mike's Hard Lemonade, so I'm going to be drinking that while we're doing this, so I might get a little tipsy, but who knows? But without further ado, let's get into it.
When you think of iconic historic belt feds, you might think of things like the MG42, the PKM,
okay.
or even the M2 Browning 50 cal.
Gonna be honest, if someone asked me what my favorite historical belt-fed gun was, I would be like, I don't know. I don't know.
But one machine gun that gets often overlooked is one that changed firearms and warfare forever. I'm talking, of course, about the Maxim water-cooled machine.
Oh, it's this one! Oh, it is the water-cooled one. Oh, I love the aesthetic of this. Oh, I love how this one looks. When I think of, like, was this World War I? When I think of World War I, if I'm not mistaken, machine guns, the trenches, and no man's land, this is the design that I think of. Oh, I love this. Oh, it's so cool. Look at that. That's such a classic design. You made tea from the heated water?
So what exactly is it? So this is a Finnish-made, water-cooled 1910 snow-cap Maxim machine gun. This particular variant is chambered in 7.62 by 54R.
Those are fucking huge.
And in fact, the belts can be interchangeable between this and the PKM. Now, this gun was made in 1942, but the Maxim itself was designed in the 1880s. Yeah, that's right. Less than 20 years.
This was in the 1880s? What? Yeah, it's basically a mobile turret. Wait. Was I wrong? Is this World War II? Wait, we used it. So wait. He said in 1940 something? Wasn't that after World War II? I'm sure he's going to get into it, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. But World War I was 1940. It didn't become widespread until World War II. Oh, no, it's World War I. He said, but yeah, 1980. But then it was this. Oh, he just means this one specifically was made. Okay, got it.
After we fought a war using muskets, we had a relative.
Hey, there were submarines in the Civil War.
Still in
kind
service today. But before we get too crazy into the history, got a loaded belt.
Yeah, don't drink that. That looks so much fun. Oh, that's so cool. God, guns are so fun, but they're not a toy. They're not a toy. Okay, I find it really funny. I find it really funny that he's using flip-flops. Like there's he's shooting bullets and everything, and he's protecting his ears. And I know that there shouldn't be any real hazard for his feet. I just find it really funny that he's not wearing boots or something. Stop playing with guns in the chat. Stop playing with guns in the chat. They're no toys. They're not toys. How dare you? How dare you?
Oh man, history fucks. POV. Your tribe has natural resources.
Don't point that gun at me.
So, my friends, this right here is the Maxim machine gun, one of the oldest machine guns ever built. In fact, probably the oldest if you're talking about what we consider to be like a modern belt-fed machine gun.
Is that Gandalf with a gun?
One, and maybe some fucked up shit in Africa. But what's mind-blowing about this gun, this design, is that it is so fucking old. The Maxim machine gun was first designed in 1884.
Wow.
That was 30 years before World War I even began. For context, most of the world was still using single-shot rifles at that point, and here a Maxim comes along and said, hey guys, I got an idea. Now, a lot of people think that the Mosin Nagant is the oldest weapon that is still kind of seeing service today, which is understandable. I mean, this thing was designed in 1891. So it is mind-blowing to me that this belt-fed machine gun came out 7 years before this bolt-action rifle. So when I say that this...
So wait, when he says designed, does he mean it was made and a proven concept, or just designed on paper? Just trying to understand. Because design, and when I think of design, I think of on paper. But I'm assuming in his context, he's meaning that design is, no, they made it and it's a proven concept. The first prototype. Okay, prototype was in 1980 or in 1884. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
This gun was ahead of its time. This gun was ahead of its fucking time. I mean, this shit is what happens when you max out your RPG stats on science and you accidentally get better at killing. So I'm gonna show you how to operate this, because you never know, it might be a neat party trick one day. But let me just start by saying that this design is genius, and that's because the designer, here at Maxim, was a fucking genius. Not just a gun guy either, the guy designed all sorts of shit. He was fighting Edison on patents to the light bulb. He invented things like an early version of the inhaler.
Oh my God!
His own design for a helicopter. So when I say this guy was a bona fide mad lad, I'm not exaggerating. Get Dankula on the phone, because this was a fucking mad lad. Also, another fun fact, his son later invented the silencer.
Also, if you would like me to watch any Count Dankula videos, let me know it down in the comments below, because some people have mentioned him.
Ship off the old block. So first off, it's water-cooled. What does that mean? Well, instead of using air to cool the barrels like most modern machine guns, or using swappable barrels so you can just change the barrel out and keep firing, the Maxim opted to cool it with water. So you got the cap here, comes off, and then we have our reservoir that holds water around this shroud, around the barrel. So if you're planning on running this gun a lot, sometimes they'd have an external reservoir that this leads to, and basically it just acts as a radiator to keep cycling out the hot water from the shroud and bringing in the cool water to keep the barrel cool. Now backing up, we've got our belt fed assembly here, our belt feed assembly. So this right here feeds in from the right side and the belt comes out the left. Now you might notice there's not enough space here for a cartridge or a casing to come out the left side. What the hell's up with that? Well, it's very cool, and I'm glad you asked. You're very astute.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, you're very handsome.
If your father was still around, I'm sure he'd be proud of you.
What the fuck? My dad's around. I mean, he went to go get some cigarettes and milk, but I'm sure he'll be back.
That's because this machine gun does not eject from the side. You see, the Maxim machine gun actually ejects through the bottom of the gun out this little hole here.
Dude, don't stick your dick in that.
Didn't work and would jam the gun like crazy. Congratulations, that's exactly what I thought, but it fucking works.
Look at him go.
The carriage assembly is not original to this gun, but it is original. As far as sights, we have our rear sight here that can flip down like that. Be nice.
That's a sight?
Flip that back up, and it also has this slider, just like you know, an AK might have. I say AK, really any, you know.
This kind of reminds me of those weird eye test things. I don't know why. It could be the alcohol, but it looks like it's trying to gauge something for an eye exam of like, okay, we're going to lift it up here, put your chin on here, and tell us, can you read the first two lines on the eye exam for it? And then we all know from the Fat Electrician videos, if you cheat on your eye exam when trying to get into the military, you will become an amazing war hero. We all know it. It's just a proven fact. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sight aperture at the time. Also goes all the way up to 2,000 meters, which is slightly optimistic, but when you're talking about high volume of fire, accuracy through volume counts. Just look at all the fucking cosmoline in this carriage assembly. It's, yeah, this thing was in storage for a good minute. So now to rack the gun, you've got this lever here, which you actually have to rack
I love that
so
sound.
Pull the belt through. If you noticed how I was loading it earlier, you pull the belt in, you rack it once, and that starts one round going. Now, if you rack the gun again, you can pull the belt farther through while you're racking it, and now you have the next round where it needs to be for this gun to operate flawlessly.
So looking at this old gun, it made me think of something. What are some new guns that we're making today? Because whenever people talk about guns, I always hear them talk about guns that were made years ago, and they're still used today. You know, the AK-47, the different burst fire guns that I know of, or just guns you see in Call of Duty a lot of times, mostly because I'm not the biggest person on guns, like knowledge base. That's why I like watching these videos. But what's like a new gun that where are the future guns? Dude, how often are new guns made? The SIG Spear, there's a Spanish super light machine gun that's based off of the MG42. Maybe I should, you know what, after this, maybe let's look up some new guns, like on Google. I want to see what they look like. And if you want to join in all the fun that isn't captured in these videos, consider coming by the live stream or joining the Discord. Gun tech moves slow. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it would make sense that it would move pretty slow. But man, I want those future guns, and not the future guns that they have in Starfield. I hate the designs of the guns in Starfield. They don't look very good to me. I like the ones that are slightly based off of real guns today, but the futuristic look of them, I'm not really a big fan of. I'm not really a big fan of.
Flawlessly. So now when it's time to pull the trigger, we've got our very familiar machine gun.
Yeah, I agree with you, Goof.
Grips here, not racial. This is our trigger. We push this forward. There's a little safety mechanism here that blocks it. So
ooh,
push this up, and you are ready.
Oh, that's
fire.
cool.
And as long as you hold this down, this gun is going to keep working. This is a machine. It's a
gun.
Machine gun, if you will. Plus, this is just super satisfying. Normies might jerk off to Maxim magazine cover models. My subscribers jerk off to Maxim machine guns. We're not the same. All right, guys, we're here in the trenches. We just heard the White Claws blow the whistle. They're gone over the top.
Okay, does anyone actually like White Claws? I've only tried them once, and I wasn't a big fan of
White
them.
Claws home with a folded flag, and 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, 3D printed guns. Oh my god!
I think that did it.
Yeah, I think they're dead. I don't think they're gonna fight back anytime soon. We've stopped the uprising of the White Claws.
All right, so we've cleared the gun. Let's go check out the damage. Unsurprisingly, 7.62 at 54R passes the White Claw penetration test. I thought this little guy survived, but nope, she's done.
Is a she? You shot a woman!
Dead claw,
How dare you?
Dead claw, not to be confused with a death claw. How's this one? Oh, no. We got 1 survivor, 2 survivors.
Oh my god. Wow, dude! He was unarmed! That's a war crime!
Yeah, we don't do survivors here.
Dude, that's a war crime! He was... Dude!
Now I'm going to show you how this gun actually functions.
Equality.
It's like I'm training a new recruit in World War I, which was the coolest war man ever fought. At least until the sequel. All warfare is based.
I love that meme. I love this meme. All warfare is based. So true. So true, Sun Tzu. He was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time. Dude, peace-loving, cringe. Warfare, based.
Sun Tzu. And now, because I'm a gentleman, before we get all up in them guts, time to take her top off. This top cover here.
Respectfully.
Up here,
looking respectfully.
Lever in the back that is spring-loaded, as you can see there. That's what locks the gun. And now look at this.
That's beautiful.
This fine Swiss clock machine.
Look at, oh my god. Can I even show this on YouTube? That's so lewd.
You need to take a minute and check your fucking pulse, because it should. Gun design shit like this is so fucking interesting to me, especially old pieces like this. Just getting into the weeds of how shit works. And if that interests you as well and you'd like to get your start into gunsmithing, I would recommend checking out SDI. Great sponsor of the channel and a great way to get your start in the gunsmithing, gun building field. I like throwing them in as a sponsor on videos like this in particular, because you got cool elements of gun design. I know that attracts those of you who are interested in stuff like this. So I'll leave the links down in the description in the pinned comment if you want to check them out. Thank you to SDI for sponsoring the video and allowing us to have cool shit like this. So the first thing you'll notice is that there's no gas system. There's no pistons or gas tubes or anything that uses the gas to, operate the gun like you have on most modern firearms like the 8.
Really? Wait. Some machine guns use gas? Like, wait, do they mean gasoline? Like, I didn't know that. I thought it was all... Honestly, I don't know what used it. Now I'm realizing I don't know what I thought machine guns used to be a machine gun. Huh.
The AR, etc. That's because this is recoil operated. You see, the entire purpose of
gas from the bullet.
Maxim was trying to figure out a way to use the recoil force of the gun to be able to make the gun load itself. And I think he did a pretty good fucking job. You gotta love where America's
gas from the explosion of the bullet going off is redirected to moving the bolt back. Oh, okay.
We figured out automatic weaponry about 20 years before the Wright brothers flew their first plane. So by recoil op, I mean short recoil, meaning the barrel reciprocates a little bit within the gun in this shroud and hits a lever that pushes the bolt open a little bit and allows for the gun to be able to cycle and then load a new round. And then, of course, fire that round, cycle, load new round, rinse and repeat until you have all the oil, gold, or diamonds that you desire.
Yeah.
Fucking colonizer!
Now, what's really cool about the action too, there's a lot of really cool things.
That's so. Can we see that again?
You have all the.
It's so cringe.
Diamonds that you desire.
You fucking colonizer!
Is this? Who is this? Okay, I don't know what this guy looks like, but doesn't he? Maybe he's not white. I can't tell. But doesn't it kind of seem like the guy who's yelling it is also white? I haven't seen this TikTok specifically, because I don't go on TikTok all that often, if at all. But I can't tell. He looks Hispanic. Maybe it's hard to tell in this light. But in my headcanon, it's just another white guy yelling at a white woman. That's my headcanon on this, because it would make it even funnier.
Now, what's really cool about the action too, there's a lot of really cool things, but this is neat. There's a little elbow joint in here. I don't know if you can see that. When the gun functions, that toggle goes down like that, making this almost like an upside down Luger.
Oh!
So I pull this back. It allows the bolt to come up.
What are you talking about? The Spanish or Asians never colonized, only white people.
Have this
what are you talking about?
Cloth.
Fake news.
Just goes to show you how much we really don't appreciate how simple modern firearms are. After all, the hardest part of designing a machine is not doing something, it's doing something simply. All right, so now that we have the bolt out, we have an unobstructed view of the chamber. So what you'll notice is that this is where the belt comes in. This is where the new rounds are fetched by the bolt, and they are put down into here, into the chamber. That's where they fire. Now, once the gun cycles, the round that was just stripped from the belt and is currently in the top space of the bolt, which is right up here, is then moved down into the chamber and now rests on this space here, which has the hole for the firing pin to protrude. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. That looks like a live round there below the chamber. Not to worry, that is not a live round. That is a fired round. That is just a casing that is stuck in the ejection tube. Basically, it just lives there now until the next fired round, the casing pushes it through the ejection chute, and then it comes out the front of the gun.
It's like it poops out the casing.
I'm gonna fit this in here. Move this back.
Oh, I love that sound.
The gun is back in the track that makes it do gun things. Yeah, that is Maxim 101. Those are the basics of the design. It is a unbelievably ahead of its time design for 1884, but it's just a great, solid machine gun design in general. There's a reason why pretty much every military adopted them in one way or the other, and basically every country involved in World War I had their own Maxim derivative. Hell, these things are still seeing limited combat to this day. Now, as I was saying, the
really?
Maxim
Where?
still sees service technically to this day, most notably right now in Ukraine. But just because it's a 140-year-old design,
I just noticed his shirt.
A little modern.
I just noticed his shirt.
But just because
I just noticed it. Oh my god. Let's go, Brandon. The font kind of made. At first I didn't recognize it because I thought it was like, I was like, what is a Branoon? Branoon, but that's a D. Oh, okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. This isn't even political. I just find it really funny that when people were saying, fuck Joe Biden, that the news anchor was like, oh, they're saying, let's go, Brandon, to celebrate your win. I was like, that's smooth. That's pretty smooth. Like she was pretty quick on the draw for finding a way to redirect that. I gotta give it to her. If you don't know the origins of this meme, look it up. Being apolitical about it, it's just pretty funny. It's just pretty funny. We will be doing gaming after this, chicken. We will. We will be doing gaming after this. Half-Life 2. Let me get rid of this on the screen, okay? Go look up the meme.
A 140-year-old design doesn't mean you can't bring a little modern technology into the mix. Oh yeah. Maxim Technical. Let's go.
Oh my god. Everyone salute. Can I get some 07s in the chat? Welcome, Wolf. Can I get some 07s in the chat?
Oh, get some. So, boys and girls, let's face it, boys.
You couldn't see it, but I was saluting.
The Maxim machine gun. I hope you guys are enjoying this much cooler version of history class, and if there's other machine guns that you'd like to see in the future, let me know down in the comments. And of course, subscribe, otherwise, you know, you might miss it. Anyhow, I appreciate you guys.
Also, ring the bell.
And as always,
I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Oh my god, that's funny. Oh my god. Darwin Awards, what the hell is he? What is this? What is this? Okay, no time for that. No time for that right now, okay? But YouTube, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed going on this journey with me because I learned a lot today. And you know what? If you want some more of this, let me know in the comments down below. And also leave any other recommendations down in the comments as well. And consider coming by the Discord or the live stream for all the fun before and after these videos. But until next time, I hope you all lovely people have a wonderful rest of the day or night. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.